Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Josh. I'm here with another video today. Today we're going to be talking about if you just turned 18 or you're turning 18 soon, watch this and I'll help prepare you a little bit for the thing that we call adulting. If you guys don't know, I'm 21, turning 22 later this month. I'd like to say I have a fair share of adulting experience. I'm still trying to get there. But yeah, I'm basically going to be talking about things they don't teach you in high school, starting with like credit, how to manage your money, college, just stuff in general that I wish that someone could sit down and tell 18-year-old me. I've made a few financial mistakes as my time being a adult, and this is basically going to be me trying to tell my past self to not do that. Number one, if you open credit, because a lot of times you want to open credit to get that first car or get an apartment someday. If you open credit, cut the card. Literally just put a subscription on it that you already pay for, something like Apple Music, Spotify, streaming service, just one bill, and then forget about it. Don't even think that you have a credit card, and just keep it on auto pay and pay it off in full every month. Again, if you're 18 coming into the world of adulting, you may think, oh well, I'll max the credit card out and I'll pay it off in full at the end of the month. And yeah, you could do that for an extended amount of time, but eventually you're going to fall behind, and it's going to get to the point where you're going to be like, why did I even do that? A little backstory about me. I like cars. I love cars. Anything car related, it puts a smile to my face. And I know a lot of people our age kind of feel the same way. Growing up with Fast and Furious movies, I personally grew up with the Cars movie, and everything onward. That sounds horrible to say, but deep down inside of all of us, we love cars. I love hearing a fucking car fly down the street. Obviously not when I'm asleep, but get the Facebook car. I let my parents talk me into financing a 2015 Honda Civic at the peak of the used car market, and I'm still paying on it today, and it I really shouldn't be, it's something that I'm actively working on to pay off, but it's a hassle. Just get the beater and then work your way up and save money. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're 18, you don't think about all of the responsibilities that come with financing a car, especially for 5+ years. I guarantee you, within owning that car for 5 years, if you drive it regularly, you're gonna run into a problem. I promise. What I recommend doing is, even if you don't listen to my advice of not buying not financing the car, at least hear me out, okay? As someone who did this. So my car payment every month is $430, again, on my shitbox Honda Civic, and my insurance, because I have my insurance with my domestic partner, $500. That's not even including her car. If we add my car note and just my half of car insurance, I'm paying about $275 in car insurance and about $430 for my car. Again, these are rough numbers, just about $610. Now that's a lot of money, especially as someone who's young and probably doesn't have a full-time job. I could be wrong. Maybe you were a genius and you have a drop shipping business and you make 100 bands a month. But for most people who are just going into the adulting world, working a part-time job at probably a restaurant or a shop or something that's not making hundreds of thousands a year, it's kind of hard to sustain a $600 pay or a $600 bill every month, which is doable. I'm doing it. When maintenance comes up, and again, I don't mean like the oil change, your brakes, the stuff that you're gonna expect when owning a car. I'm talking like transmission goes out. When your transmission blows out and you're financing a car for $600, even if that's your only bill, it's gonna be hard to come up with that money. If your transmission blows up on the car you finance, now it's like, all right, well shit, now I have to pay my car note and the insurance for the car that doesn't even run, compared to the Facebook car that you could have just bought for probably $3,000 or $4,000. And if the transmission blows up, it blows up. You could fix it if you want, or you could just get another beater and just scrap it. If I was able to go back in time, I was in between buying a 1997 white Integra. It was a salvage title. I talked the guy down to $2,700, and I had $5,000 in the bank account, and I was gonna go pick it up the next day. I told my parents about it, and I was just like, I don't know if I should get this car because it's salvage title. I don't know how to work on cars. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't want a bill. And they're like, well, kind of responsible. Just go finance the car and not have any problem. Boy, were they wrong. Don't get me wrong, I love my car. My car has little to no problems. I constantly worry about, like, okay, now I have to set aside a budget for, like, for example, this month, I have to replace the windshield, $400. I'm setting aside a budget for when eventually the transmission goes out. That's going to be probably 5,000 plus. Like it or not, if you're a guy, you're probably going to end up working on your car. Even if it's something small like an oil change or changing the tires around or just anything. So at the end of the day, if I could tell myself to go back in time and change something, I would just go and get the Integra. It is such a headache dealing with a finance car that feels like it's ready to give out. Number 2 is don't take the gap year. Just don't. I told myself I'm going to give myself a gap year. See if I could make it in the world. And I didn't do shit. I was so fucking lazy. I couldn't hold myself to any accountability. And especially if you didn't have that much responsibility growing up, which I mean I did. I was in honors and AP classes. I was in band. I was in a few clubs. I don't know. I turned 18. Me and my girlfriend went and got an apartment. And it felt like, because I was working 2 jobs at the time. I was working at Amazon. I was working graveyard 6 to 2 a.m. And then I was working at Jersey Mike's in the morning, 7 to 3. And I would sleep in between those 2 times. I would sleep probably about 2 or 3 hours in between every shift. And that's what if nothing was going on. And I had maybe 1 day off a week. We were doing it. Again, I'm in California, so this varies by state. But we were doing it. Again, with the car payment and everything else that goes on with living by yourself and being a functioning adult of society. But it wasn't sustainable. I wanted to go back to school because I took a gap year for it. And I couldn't. I was stuck paying rent, car, putting food on the table. And it felt like I was never getting ahead. It felt like I was actually falling behind, which I did. I'm in debt because of it. But you live and you learn. Again, which is why I'm making the video to begin with. Another thing is just live your life, bro. In all honesty, don't worry about what other people think. If you want to go do something, go do it. If you want to go out, drive 2 hours and try a restaurant, dude, you're 18. You have almost no responsibility. Go do it. Again, it'll probably be irresponsible and you'll probably waste money on gas. But hey, memories are there. I have so many memories from when I just turned 18 of just doing spontaneous things. They helped me. They almost help build character. It's like character development. That's it for this video, you guys. If you guys want another video like this, just talking about adulting stuff, just leave a comment and yeah, I'll reply. Have a good rest of your day or night. Right now it's 7 p.m. on Saturday, so have a good one, you guys. Peace.